Hey everyone! It's been just a little over a year since I recorded my first professional song. So I wanted to talk about my first experience in the recording studio and meeting and working with a producer. So last year, I wanted to record my first professional song, and I had been singing my whole life and doing stuff with entertainment my whole life. But last year, I decided I wanted to take the plunge and record a professional song. So the problem with that is, now what? You want to do it and you're ready to do it, but a lot of times the music industry feels like a bit of a brick wall and you're not really sure how to break in or what to do. And I had no idea. So I was in a place where I could contact this dude I knew who played guitar and made songs with a producer. And so I connected with him and I was talking to him about it, if he could hook me up with his producer. And when I was talking to him about it, things were already kind of weird, because he was telling me about how producers get to do whatever they want to your song and what they say goes, and if you don't like what they're doing, it doesn't matter, they get to do it anyway because they're the producer. And that already scared me a little bit, because of course you want input and you want constructive criticism and you want help to make your stuff as good as it can be, but as an artist you really want your art to turn out the way that you envisioned it, right? So that was already giving me some red flags, like freaking me out. I had no idea. It was really interesting because he just kept talking about how producers get to say what kind of genre you do and producers get to say everything you do, and I was just like, what the heck, like I'm already in over my head. So fast forward a little bit, I did meet the producer, and we were at his studio, and we were talking about what kind of genres he does and what kind of genres I want to do. And first of all, not every producer does every genre or likes every genre. When I met this guy, he did a lot of I guess EDM and R&B, which are great genres within themselves, but I personally am going at the moment for more of a pop rock sound. So that already was like a little bit off, like things weren't really meshing well. Um, and then I was telling him what I want, and he wasn't really into pop rock, and things were just going really weird. And then something happened that was absolutely crazy. He made me audition for him, which in hindsight was terrible, but it was my first time ever doing something like this, and I didn't know that you don't have to do that. So I did sing for him. I did mess up because I was so nervous. I had done things in entertainment my whole life. I've done recitals, I've done auditions, I've done showcases, I've done plays, I've done all sorts of those things, but I had never been in a recording studio. I had never talked to a producer before, so it was so scary talking to him, let alone singing for him. Here's a tip if you are meeting a producer. If you're paying him, you don't have to audition. I mean, it's good to talk about whether you guys are going to mesh together and whether your genres are going to go together and if you like each other, but you do not have to audition and have him tell you whether he thinks you're a good singer or not, or whether you're a good songwriter or not, because that's really subjective. And it was like, once again, it was just a really crazy thing that I auditioned in the first place. Maybe if I was not gonna pay him for recording my songs, that would have been different. But if you're paying somebody to record your song for you, like, auditioning is really not necessary, and it just makes things way more nerve-wracking than they need to be, especially the first time you're meeting someone. I sang, my voice cracked. It was funny but a little bit embarrassing at the same time, but I guess it was just part of the process of learning and learning how to work with people and what goes on. Yeah, so basically that didn't work out. He told me to send him my song so that we could get working on it, and then he just pushed me out. He's like, no, you should start in the fall. It was summer at the time. He's like, no, 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 you should wait until the fall. Just wait, just wait, just wait. And he kept pushing me out, and I was really getting the vibe that he didn't want to work with me, which is really cool because obviously that's gonna happen. Obviously there are gonna be times when you don't feel comfortable working with someone, or they don't want to work with you or whatever, and I'm totally cool with that. Not everybody gets along, or not everybody meshes well together, and that is totally okay. But it was just like he was pushing me off. It would have been really good if he just said like, listen, you know, we're not getting along, or our genres are too different, or I'm too busy, or whatever the case is, instead of dragging me out. But there was a silver lining on all of this, and that was that after that I was really frustrated. I took a few weeks and I was just really sad because I thought like, this is my only chance. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because once again the industry seems so closed off that you're just thinking like I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this, like what's gonna happen to me. And after I took a couple of weeks, and I was really mad and upset and a little bit defeated at the same time, because he didn't really like my style of music or my voice or whatever. But I decided one day, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna Google producers and see what comes up. So I did. I Googled music producers, and the first thing that popped up, which is really good SEO on his part, is Strange Pumpkin Studio, and I went on his site. He seemed really good. He was really talented. So I emailed him. Well, we emailed him, and we asked if, you know, he's available to work on a song. And what was really awesome about my producer Kyle, this is a shout out, he wanted to meet right away. Like that day, he's like, why don't you come on over to the studio and we can talk a little bit about what you're interested in doing. So I took the chance. I'm like, this is my chance to really, you know, make my career happen. So we went over and met him, and he was really, really nice right off the bat, and we got along a lot better than I did with the first producer that I met. He was really nice. He was really cool. He's into rock music himself, so that was already a plus for us getting along and being able to make music together. He was really, really cool. He's the one who like, we kind of brainstormed that I should do a cover first, because I wasn't 100% ready to do my first song that I wrote. So we brainstormed that I should do a cover, and he was really cool about that and wanted to get the ball rolling. And so basically the moral of my story is that when you're looking to make a song for the first time, or you're looking to work with a producer, it doesn't always work out the first time, but that doesn't mean that you should get defeated, because there is a producer out there that is gonna work with you, and you're gonna like each other, and you're gonna be able to work together. The producer I'm working with now, a little shout out to Kyle from Strange Pumpkin, right? He's really awesome, and we have done a bunch of songs now together. I'm gonna go into the studio soon to do another song, and so and at that point I was still nervous, but because he was a lot of a nicer guy, it was a lot more relaxed, and he was a lot more encouraging, and he helped me to sound my best. So it was just a really great experience. So just always remember that if you're going to work for the first time, you don't have to audition if you don't feel comfortable. You don't have to work with someone if you don't feel comfortable. And if it's not working out, you can totally find someone better. You don't have to give up on your dreams, and you don't have to feel like it's never gonna happen. Just take a few moments and just like look up somebody. If you don't know anybody in the industry, it seems like this thing where you're not supposed to talk to people, or you're not supposed to introduce yourself to people in the industry. You're supposed to wait to be introduced to. Well, that's not always convenient. And so the truth is you just have to get out there and introduce yourself, and it may work out and it may not, but you just got to keep trying, and you're gonna find the right producer that you can work with and hopefully have a really long relationship with in your music career.